The Whale. A 2022 American psychological drama movie directed by Darren Aronofsky. This movie is rated R for drug use, language, and some sexual content. The whole movie takes place in Charlie's apartment as her friend Liz comes to visit and care for him. Charlie is a man with 600 pounds weight, which makes him troubles in health. Now he is spending last days of his life and he knows about it. So he decides to reconnect with his daughter Ellie, who has no interest in him. Charlie agrees to give Ellie money and write her school's essays if she spends more time with Charlie. Ellie despises Charlie, but not for his obese, but for abandoning her and her mother just to be with one of his students when Ellie was 8. Aronofsky always has hidden messages in his movies, especially in Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan. You may watch it before. This movie was kind of updated version of Moby Dick novel, although the novel was written about 100 years ago, but it's full of symbolism. The story of Moby Dick is about a whale which is symbolizes as a life and living, and a ship wants to hunt it, which is symbolizes as a world. Aronofsky wanted to show the 21st century version of Moby Dick story in whale movie, and each character in movie symbolizes as something. For example, there's a nurse in movie named Liz. She always brings technology with herself in Charlie's apartment. She speaks based on dates, datas, and numbers. All her actions are based on logic, so she symbolizes logic in movie. Also, there's a young boy in movie, a missionary from local church who preaches about end of world. He symbolizes as a religion in whale movie. Aronofsky shows in this movie whenever logic is not home, religion sneaks in, and whenever logic appears, what she does first is kicking out the religion. Religion always sneaks in when Charlie is vulnerable, and logic always has key. And whenever she comes, she makes Charlie calm. It takes 10 years for Aronofsky to find the proper actor for Charlie's role. Finally, he chose Brendan Fraser because he was not in a proper position in cinema for a long time. The color palette in Whale was properly chosen. It easily conveys the melancholic theme of the movie. Brandon acts perfectly the Charlie's role, and his grin was really fantastic. It takes 4 hours for him to put his grims on. There's a bird in movie with Charlie feed it every day. In this scene, Charlie is angry and he is overeating, but when he saw the bird, he stops eating. Also, there's lots of pictures of birds on the wall. The bird represented as Alan, Charlie's love, who had died in movie. Also, if you notice, there's a bird guidebook in bookshelf, which is another approval that Alan was studying about birds. That's why birds are kind of reminder of Alan for Charlie. The IMDb rate for this movie is 7.9, Rotten Tomato is 65, and Metacritic is 60. And my rate to this movie is 8 out of 10. If you are a kind person and you have a kind heart, you definitely need a box of tissue besides yourself while watching the movie. Actually, I watched the whole movie vaguely because my tears didn't let me watch it clear. I confess it was the most heartbroken movie I've ever seen in my life. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please tap the subscribe button, then send it to your friends. If there's any mistakes or any question, please let me know. Love you all. See you soon.